What it do? Peace and blessings, y'all. Plot in progress. We back with episode 42. This is a real special one, real special. I got a guest that I decided to bring on to the show. You know how we do. There goes my brother right there. So we're gonna get it started real quick here. But before you know how we do every episode, we got to jump into who spit those bars. So before I introduce you to the guest, let's do who spit those bars. And I just so happen to have the bars tonight as well. I got them right here. So I don't know if y'all gonna be able to get this, but y'all might. Kylon, he got an ear. I don't know, brother Nakia as well. And then Najee been doing this music. So let's see. Here it go. Dearly beloved. It's merely a budget. I'm clearly above it. My skin and my hair is Nigerian colored and does what an Aryan's doesn't. It's purely a puppet. Then you'll really be stuck in it in a suffix. I don't want to be I don't want to be the toughest. I'll just keep it 100 and think nothing of it. Timidly talking ain't a part of my chemistry. I'm a OG. Is you kidding me? I see what you giving me, B. It's your liberty still, but I see it's stupidity. You lacking humility, seeking validity, and shaking mistaken identity.
Wow, that's hard.
Let's get a guest the first crack at it.
Yep, indeed.
Naajee, what you think?
Did you catch the bars, brother?
I did. I did. I get my headphones in at the same time.
Okay. You got a guess? You got a crack at it?
I don't.
Give us a hint, Bilal.
Yeah, give us a hint, real quick hint.
What city, what region, something like that.
Well, that particular verse is the feature verse on that song, but that song, the brother is from Texas.
Okay.
From Texas.
Yeah. Slim Thug?
Nah.
No?
Man.
Nope.
Is it Scarface?
That could be Scarface, bro.
Is it Scarface?
Nah, it's not Scarface.
Okay. You said Bun B? Somebody said Bun B?
Nobody said Bun B, but it's not Bun B.
How about
either.
the DOC?
Not the DOC. That was
DOC?
No, sir.
Oh, man.
So that song is Toby and L.E.G.A.C.Y.
Oh, yeah.
Father figure, but that's Black Thought's verse.
Oh, man, I was listening to him earlier today.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I had a good one on my week, huh? Yeah.
That's a good one.
Hey, man. So I know I kind of gave the guest name up already. Plus, they see it on the screen, so I don't want to hold us up too much longer. I'm gonna bring our guest on, let him do his introduction. We got Najee here with us, and it's so much to that particular person, so I don't want to box him in and say he's this or he's that, but I'm gonna let him give his own introduction. Najee, my brother, peace and blessings. Welcome to the show.
Please, peace, man. I'm just a humble servant. I'm a master of nothing, but I do a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Man, thank you again. Welcome to the show. As you know, I'm Plot in Progress.
I'm hearing.
It's on you.
Okay, I was saying, I'm out here in Laveen, Arizona. I run a printing company. printing T-shirts, posters, magazines, media, and that's half of my life. The other half of my life, I run a property, family-owned property out in California, and I raised 4 kids, wife, and community activists.
Man, that's what it do. And that's what I was actually about to go into. I was gonna say, you know, here on Plot in Progress, we build with brothers and sisters that are in the process of disconnected from the system in a sense, but finding that way to get it on their own, getting it out the mud on their own. And ever since I known you, that's what you've been doing, from the printing to the DJing and just being in the community overall. So I definitely want to give you your flowers while you still here, and you know, let you know that I recognize that and I appreciate it as well, my brother. For sure.
Give thanks, man.
Yes, sir. On this Plot in Progress podcast is based around land ownership as well. So I know me and you was building recently, and we were talking about some big moves that you have made over the last few years. So I want to jump right into that. We actually have 37 acres up in Apache County, Arizona. 37.5, excuse me. Can't forget that 0.5. That's a nice piece of land. So it's up in Apache County, Arizona, and we're doing our first steps there. We're laying the foundation, and we just want to build and keep that energy going with other brothers and sisters that are doing the same thing. So, man, I'm gonna turn it over to you. I know you got a lot to say about that, but what have you done over the last few years when it comes to land ownership and just building from that land?
I've been out there for 5 years, back and forth, AZ in California. And the things I've done, man, I got a farm out there. I won't tell you what type of farm, but I got a big farm out there. I got 33 acres on one property, and I got 27 on another property. And starting off was just really surveying the land, making sure that I'm not on nobody else's property. I didn't buy the property. It was inherited from my mom. And from there, we bought another 27 acres, but we're just carrying on the traditions. Things I've done, I've added 6,500 gallon water tanks, about 8 of those. I got a whisper watt generator that can run them all. Always painting. There's always something to do. You just have to have a dream. I'm dealing with just straight dirt. You know what I mean? So when you got a blank piece of paper, you can draw whatever you want to draw on it. I got over maybe 30, 40,000 Christmas trees. If I was into that, I could sell trees. I could sell sage, blackberries, raspberry, pine cone. I'm up in the Sierra Mountains off the Highway 49. So that's where they had a big gold strike back in 1849. So I'm on a plot that used to be a gold mine pretty much. And we're chipping away at it every day. If we're not there physically, we're thinking about doing something different there every day. You know what I mean? So it's been a hard stretch, but it's been a good stretch. Everything's been profitable. And having that much acreage, you don't have to deal with a lot of neighbors. I got 3 neighbors. So, yeah, that's the good part about it. The bad part about it is it's just hard work. And when you're doing it by yourself, it just makes it harder. You know what I mean? So I'm glad you got a little crew over there helping you out. It's me, my 17-year-old son, my 85-year-old dad running this farm. And everybody else in my family usually come up there to just enjoy everything else that's up there. I got the Yuba River. We got boats, ATVs, everything. So it's a workplace and it's a fun place at the same time. You know what I mean? Just as long as you got to have the Martin Luther King spirit. You got to have a dream But you got to have that Malcolm X spirit. By any means necessary, you're going to get that shit done. You know what I mean? Without nobody telling you what to do, you got to be the battery in your own back. You got to listen to constructive criticism and just have a dream of what you want to do with it. Because if you don't have a dream, it's just going to be dirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So we got a big dream that we've been having going on for 5 years with some of the laws and stuff that go on in Arizona. They go on here, go on in California. They go on here now, but just on a bigger scale, not having to work for anybody, kind of like working freely. My wife calls me Kobe. I just work like 6 months out the year. The rest, I'm just freelancing, spending time with the family. And I've been mustard for a long time. I'm just catching up. I was doing so much stuff that I was neglecting the family. Now that we got the farm, it's more of a family operation. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yep,
sir.
staying positive. I'm up there this year. I had 5 bears, antagonizing bears. I'm up there with a bunch of deer, foxes, condors, eagles. If you fish, a bunch of trout fishing they do on ESPN, where they catch them and throw them back in the water. Mountain bike riding. I'm 80 miles from Lake Tahoe. 90 miles from Reno, Nevada. So I'm up there in the Sierras. Right now I'm here in Arizona because it's snowing. So yeah, that's pretty much the break of the ice on what I do up there. And I still run the printing business up there too when I'm up there.
So, brother, you mentioned a great piece of land, man. So, how did your family come in contact with that land, and what have you had to struggle with over the years to be able to keep and maintain that land?
The only thing I really got to struggle is kind of like with your car, and they make you register every year or every 2 years. That's the struggle. Uncle Sam wants the property tax. And that's been the only struggle, us acquiring the land. My mom had the land, and she ran a farm there. I guess I could tell you guys, it's a marijuana farm. But she ran a farm there, and she owned a couple of other properties up in Northern California. But I would only go to Oakland, and I would go to Antioch and Fairfield. I would never go the extra 2.5 hours to go up here to this property. And she would never tell me what was going on. She was just like, come up there. And when she passed away, we went and checked out the properties that she had and took care of that business. And out of all the ones she had, that's the only one I want to manage. It's more up my field. My mom was known as Mom Marley up there, the only Black woman growing like we growing up there. Yeah,
that's dope. That's dope.
And so
I love that.
Really no struggle. The struggles are pretty much on you, just getting up and creating some type of dream out of nothing. You know what I mean? We usually go to the classified ads or online looking for a job or something that's already created. Or even when we little, we say, hey, that's my car. Or, I like that. But we don't create it. We kind of like fall into a sense of loving something that we don't create. You know what I mean? But when you get your own property, you can create it and truly love it without liking it and without other people having the same thing that you got. You know, the only thing you guys would have in common is property. I'm pretty sure your 37 acres don't look like my 33 acres. You know what I mean? That's the best part about having the property. And another good part is if it burns down, you can't burn dirt.
Come on.
You know what I mean? But if you burn down like those people in Palisades, Malibu, and Altadena, my heart goes out to them, but they're burning property that's next to property. It's kind of hard, you know what I mean, to rebuild. But when you're out there in the wilderness, anything goes. It could be a flood. As long as it don't wash away the dirt, you still got property.
Come on.
You know? But yeah, the main thing, the hardest thing I would say is just keeping the dream alive, man, because there's so much property that I could run a lumber yard. I could run a Christmas tree company and cut down the little Christmas trees. I could find gold on my property. I got all the mineral rights. And the property's off grid. So that may be a struggle to some people. But I'm up when it's daytime and I'm down when it's nighttime when I'm up there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no struggles. The biggest struggle is Uncle Sam knocking on your door every year, wanting some type of tax money. You know what I mean? Besides that, everything's good.
I got a question for you. Well, first and foremost, shout out to you for keeping that dream alive. I think the best way you can honor somebody is to continue their work. So considering that you inherited that land from your mother, and now it is a family enterprise that you are, instrumental in keeping alive. I think that's a powerful statement that goes beyond words. Considering that, when you talk about being out in that element, the bears, the foxes, and all those different elements that aren't necessarily things that we are conditioned to deal with in the inner cities. What did you do to kind of condition yourself to lean into that and not be intimidated, right? Because I know on the way into that effort, that could be intimidating for a lot of people that aren't, used to navigating that particular space. How did you make that transition into that space?
I made the transition pretty easily. I'm from South Central LA, man. So we've always had New Year's Eve parties that make a lot of noise and things like that. So up there, I just brought everything that made noise. In the first few years, I tried to kill them. But then my neighbor told me if I kill them, I gotta pretty much cut them open and pretty much an autopsy within the next half hour, so their body heat will cook them. I will have millions and millions of flies and maggots on the property. And after that, I stopped shooting at them and start shooting away from them. And now I just go to Mexico. I get these little half sticks of dynamite and 1 or 2 blasts throughout the year or keep them away, but they still come for food. And the mountain lions are the worst because they're like about 200-300 pounds almost. But they usually just come for food. It was a big scare, but it's no scarier than walking through South Phoenix on a Saturday with $1 hanging out your pocket.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's not scary at all. When you up there in creation, man, and all you dealing with is prayers, your prayers seem to get answered a lot more. But the first year, I was pretty much fearful, man, because when we turn off the lights, it's totally dark. I'm just looking at the celestial in the sky, the moon, and that's it. That's the only light. But through time, everybody in the family, we've moved from using firearms to bow and arrows to, like I say, we use the half sticks or M80s to try to blast them out of there. But when they're in your face, they're in your face. You still got to use a firearm to try to at least scare them, But the scariest creature up there is a white man in a tie.
Ooh. Come on.
That's real.
Yeah,
okay,
you got some white. Yeah, you got some white boys up there that's some like Paul Bunyans. And they some real down people. I got to learn that in the last 5 years. I was putting everybody in one shoebox, but they don't like the suits either. You know what I mean? They want to keep their property and live off the land and live natural. So The only dangerous thing up there really is the tax man and the bears and what I just told you, the guy in the suit. Because he's either looking to buy your property or he's selling property. He's not a mountain man, you know what I mean? And it's a big difference.
I ask
just like
everybody pretty much this question, but what do you think, or better yet, do you think land ownership plays any part in our liberation and in the future?
Good question.
I think so.
How much of a part do you think it plays, better yet?
I think it plays a big part, but I think it would be more, that's like a catch-22, because I would think it would be cool if you can come by like 50 acres next to me, and then your partner could buy 50 acres next to me. Then we could like build like a crown. We have like a bigger landscape, you know what I mean? But the way we're doing it now is good because we're spread out. You know what I mean? Get that property LLC, trust it up with the youth to make sure that they don't get, the only thing that you're doing is paying those taxes when it's time to pay the taxes. But put something on the property to generate some type of monetary so you can pay the taxes. Even if you got like a Get Straight, what was that little TV show, Scared Straight? You got to Scared Straight. You bringing them boys out there every 2 weeks, making them chop some wood, move some dirt, do some push-ups. That's a whole nother business for your property out there. You know what I mean? Then you got the good kids who want to learn. And you can put something out there that they can learn. Like I got my printing press up there. I got a studio up there in the mountains. So I got things that'll keep me occupied, but they'll keep a bigger crowd of people occupied, and they'll learn how to, fish, cut wood. They won't need to learn how to tie a tie. I'm talking changing tires, you know what I mean? Knowing how to tune up a generator, you know, just living off the grid. Because when I grew up, when my mom said the kitchen was closed, the kitchen was closed. These kids nowadays got the lights on all day, watching cable and the internet. I got the cable up there, but I only use it to pretty much talk on the phone maybe. I'm reading more books, exercising a little bit more, eating a little bit more healthier. It's a nice, how should I put it? I'm just putting myself in solitary confinement every 6 months, bro. So I don't have to deal with everybody out here in the city. And I'm still dealing with mourning from my mom. You know what I mean? Every time I go out there, I say, man, I should have came my ass up here when she had some life in her to check it out. But I was more of the city dude, just going to the city. Yeah, I'm only like 30 minutes from Oakland. I'm an hour from the Bay. I was enjoying that more, but now that she's gone and left us this, we still got those other properties, but I don't go there for nothing, man. I can't work there. You know what I mean? I can go on this mountain and get some work done. Everybody I brought up there, they enjoy themselves. I got like a 90-foot waterfall on the property. My driveway is like 2.5 miles long. It's heaven, bro. If heaven was on earth, it's heaven.
Right. What would you say? Yeah. What principles or philosophy do you use to help guide you in those through this whole journey? Let's just say that, because I know somewhat of how you carry yourself, but for those who don't, give them a little bit of insight on some of the principles and philosophies that you stand by.
Okay, some of the principles I stand by is just straight love, bro. That's the main principle. Love come with flowers, and love come kind of tough too, where you got to grab some people up by their collar. But my main thing is love. I've been a vegetarian, sometimes vegan, sometimes eating fish over the last 35 years. I'm 56 years old. The main thing I added to my arsenal right now, my mom left a will her picture's on the wall. I don't know if I could flash it up there without my phone on charging, but she told us that we got these properties that we the bank now.
Indeed.
And that's the main thing I've been adding to my regiment. We the bank. And my mom had the property for 12 years, so I got to keep it for at least 12 years before I even decide to do something with that. But we just going to keep it in the family. You know what I mean? So basically, I'm a family man. Everything I do is with my family. I got 3 boys. I got 2 daughters. Me and my wife have 4 children together, and I have a daughter not in common with her, and she's grown. She lives in Atlanta. And yeah, man, I just stand on family values. That's it. If it ain't for the family, I ain't for it. You know what I mean? I used to do the 3 C's. I used to go to church. I used to go to the club. I used to go to the casino. But now it's a property, bro. So I've done things to where I could say, yo, I'm not the straightest pencil in the damn pencil box. You know what I mean? I've done things that have been crazy and outright foolish, but over this last 35 years, I just been like a refined black man.
Yes,
I've taken all the schools of thought. So I don't bash the Moors. I don't bash the Christians. I don't bash none of my Muslim brothers. I'm a Rasta man. And I don't even bash the ones that don't even have insight. I got a lot of the brothers out there that's they roll with them colors because I'm from LA. So I just deal with love, man. Anything is possible, and time changes everything.
Indeed.
Today you could be nothing. Tomorrow you can have your 15 minutes of fame, as they call it. But when you get it, you shouldn't pray for that fame. You should pray to maintain.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
Dropping them
I think it's
jewels
just
on.
maintain. Yeah, because you can get it. Like, yo, I want this album. I want this. I want that. But can you maintain it?
Yeah.
And my mom always taught me when I was coming up, she said, if you want that Ferrari, get it. Even if you can't afford it, get it. And see how you gonna maintain it. That's how much you would want it. You know what I mean? So I'm always a person just jumping off the edge, trying new things, taking a risk. Every year, well, this business I'm in has been so good for the last 5 years, coming on 5 years. I leave my wife for 6 months, and I come home, and it ain't no other truck in the driveway.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when you got the property and you got a dream, and everybody that's with you, especially your family, man, LeBron James and them, they don't play good just because they play good. They got people backing them up and cheering them on. My arm ain't that long to pat myself on the back all the time. So I'm thankful and grateful, man, that you just gave me some flowers. You know what I mean? Because you never know when or how it's going to happen, but you want to be recognized. And I recognize you too. Your book is right here. Give you your prayer. Just keep on blessing them youth, man.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
on blessing them youth.
Yeah, it's an energy exchange, though. You know what I mean? That's how this podcast is designed as well. We have to keep that energy going. We have to support each other, and especially now that we've stepped into this realm, so to speak. We're looking for others to help with our energy and keep this thing alive for us. Also, you feel me?
Yeah, I got caught out there because my youngest son, he's 17 right now. You know what I mean? So since I've been doing the farm, I'm not going to say I abandoned the community, but I've been more on them, trying to raise them up the right way. Because if I show a good example with, you know, how my family's ran and how my wife treats me and how I treat my wife and how we treat each other in the community, I was seeing that as a better reflection for me to give off instead of me going out a lot. And when I come home, my boys, it's like, Dad, where were you this weekend? Whoop, whoop, de wop. You know what I mean? I just brought everything more tight into the house and just showing that reflection there. And with that being said, my wife, man, they just got on a tour with her band. We're still doing the edibles, the t-shirts. I just got a big order with Banner Healthcare for some t-shirts. So yeah, you got to build a team, man. And the team is the family. And in that church, whatever, you got to check them all the time. You know what I mean? With the ideas, the love. If you the baby of the family, you still want to feel like you the baby of the family. Go around your family, you'll get that feeling. You know what I mean? But you got to stay around the family. If not, you ain't gonna have no success. Magic Johnson said, yo, I only started having success when I married Cookie. Besides that, we was just playboys. You know what I mean? As soon as you get married, settle down, find you a family, things work out, bro. Things fall into order. Those are the titles you want to have. Like, you want to have the title as husband, father, like you, Bilal, grandfather. Me too. Great grandfather. Those are the titles you want to have. You don't want to have the title as point guard, CEO, sandwich maker. I work at the Foot Locker. You don't want them titles. You want the real titles where your little grandsons come up and say, Grandpa. You know what I mean? You don't want your kids calling you by your first name. You want them calling you Abba, Papa, Dada, whatever the highest title that the father figure should have. You want to have, those are the real accolades. You can't put them on a shelf. You know what I mean? You can't put them on the shelf. But the main thing with my family, though, that we got going on is love, and we got libraries, bro.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Sure.
You got to keep these kids off this. You got to keep these kids off this electrical stuff sometime. Don't dumb them down to where they don't know nothing, but make them get the use of smelling some paper, some books.
Right.
You want to make some paper, read some paper. Right. Like my brother-in-law he say bullshit ain't nothing but chewed up grass, bro. Which makes that shit. So don't give me shit. Just come with some straight knowledge and everything will be copacetic, you know? But yeah, I love what you guys are even doing with the podcast. I usually go sit inside of one. I never done this over a phone or anything. So I'm glad for that experience. I learned something new today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed.
I'm looking to the side because my dog is running around. She want to go pee. Go sit down, Chiba. Go home. Go home.
Carla, you got something else?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I was gonna ask, so yourself, you serve as a great example to inspire people to kind of lean into such a existence or at least a willingness to even like venture out into the wilderness. What's some words of advice for someone that is interested in making that initial leap, you know, and they don't necessarily know where to start? What would you say to a person like that?
The first thing I would say is check out this movie called The Banker. It's with Samuel L. Jackson.
That's a great
and Anthony Mackie.
It is.
And then when you dissect that movie and you get a little bit of coin together or you inherited the land or something like that, watch that movie and watch that movie real good. Because the play of that movie was that they had a face to go buy whatever they need to go buy.
Come on.
Except that face turned, his wife was crazy and told you should be making more money and this, that, and the other. So how we got the other property, we got a face, man. We got somebody that can get in that position and look at property. So you have to find somebody that's gonna help you out instead of molest you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The next thing I would say is start drawing up blueprints like these white boys draw up. They draw up their dreams on paper to make them come real. You know what I mean? If you're gonna have the studio over here and you're gonna have the farm over here and put it on paper and make it come into existence, bro. You know what I mean? Nike say just do it. That's all you got to pretty much do.
Right.
Is write down what you want to do and do it. There's ways to do it, but the hardest part in getting big property, you're gonna have to have a face, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to have a face. Besides that, money talks. But some people won't give up the land. And you see a house in the middle of the freeway because that motherfucker was stubborn. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the hardest thing is getting that land. And from there, having a dream and then having a team of support. Even if you go up there by yourself, somebody you can call every week and say, yo, I'm all right. Or they checking on you, yo, you okay?
Right.
You know what I mean? And when you got that much property, you can do whatever you want, bro. You can do whatever you want, you know? It ain't no glass ceiling. It ain't even a ceiling.
Right.
It just goes up. It ain't no barrier or nothing. If you get the property, that's the first part of your creative part of your dream, because you didn't create the property. So now you got to start manufacturing something. If you're cutting down trees, selling wood to Home Depot, doing something, your land, if you're going to get it to, make sure it's resourceful. Don't go buy a parking lot unless it's next to a stadium. You know?
Right.
You can go up north somewhere and just buy a whole flat land and ain't got no water on it, no type of resources or anything, you know? So you want to have, make sure you get some resources on that property. I got gold deposits on that property up there where I'm at.
Literally,
and I got quartz. I'll show you a quartz that's from the mountain right now, bro. I don't know if you can see the crystally glass.
Yeah,
Wow.
But I got this like the yellow road. Every rock I pick up, I'm gonna break and it's gonna open like this up there. And if I open it and it got mercury in it, that means I got gold in it.
Come on.
But I got these everywhere, bro. Not one or two. Everywhere. I got other rocks up from up there that I think they came from a volcano. And they make arrows out of them. They say the Native Americans. I'm grabbing it right now. But it's so much resources. If you buy property, make sure you got some type of resources on there. Here's this other big.
Yeah.
It look like it, yeah.
It's like glass, but it's a rock.
Obsidian.
You know what I mean? Abyssinian, yep. So we got that in the crystals, the trees, everything. So yeah, when you get property, just make sure that you got some type of resources. You don't want to buy some property, $300,000, and you got to go pay another $30,000 to get a well dug out.
Yeah.
Another $30,000 to go get a septic tank. Another $30,000 to get some electricity ran. Another $60,000 to buy a tiny home. You might as well go buy you a mansion somewhere on the island. You know what I mean? But you have to have a dream.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you have to have a dream and make sure that it's, can I grow alfalfa here? Can I grow cotton here? We masters of that shit, bro. We've been doing that shit for 400 years, picking cotton.
Thanks.
You know what I mean? We just got scared of it now because we were wearing white Air Force Ones and white socks.
Right.
Need to get back in the guy, get back. We gotta get back in the mud and stop trying to be fancy. And that's even if you do want to work out here in the city. All these Latinos, man, got all the park management jobs with crews and everything. It's like our people are scared to go outside and just touch the dirt.
Come on.
You ain't gonna make no money in the house. Yeah. Thanks, man.
Yeah, it's the essence, it's the root, man. And I want to go back to something that you mentioned earlier too. You mentioned the fact about trust as well. How important is the trust to land ownership? Something
Trust is
people
big
weren't
time.
exposed to.
Yeah, a trust is big time. It's kind of like having a trust is like fighting bear glove compared to fighting with a glove on. You know what I mean? You're securing your assets, your property through a lineage. You know what I mean? So it's my property, but it's getting passed down. They can't shake the tree and we fall off. We're not leaves, we're branches. You know what I mean? We're the bark of the tree. Some people get property and they get shook off with that tax thing, or they get ran out by crazy neighbors in the neighborhood, or this, that, and the other. But man, it's just a legacy. It's something that I'm not even going to fathom it. I'm not even going to use. It's like life insurance.
Yeah.
But with the property, you know what I mean? Like when you die, you might cash out on the life insurance, but when you die and have the property and it's in a trust, it's going to the person it's trusted into, which should be a family member, the children. Then you write up a will and you put in there the same thing. Y'all can't sell this shit. You know what I mean? And keep a hold of it. A lot of folks pass away and they sell the family house. That might be the only white house in your family that somebody owned. And now you're selling grandma's house and got to start from A all over again. This game is just alphabet.
Yeah.
A to Z. You want to get closer to X, Y, Z than A, B, C. You know what I mean? And you don't want to have your kids start back all over again. You don't want to die on the 30th and rent's due on the 1st. And now nobody can help you out because you ain't got no damn $5 or $10 damn life insurance policy that pays $20, $30, $40, $50,000 plus the burial. It's just some things we gotta refigure. Like if a kid get hit by a car and the shoes come off, you don't go looking for the shoes, you help the kid.
Right.
In other words, you don't go buy all this all this insurance on your iPhones for $12.99 for the insurance, and you can get life insurance for that. The government made it mandatory. Obama was like, yo, you guys got to have health care. No, we got to have life insurance, bro. That's the only way we get the jump start. And it ain't really for you. It's for the next generation. I wouldn't be having none of this if it wasn't for my mom. I'm damn jump starting me. It's like she breastfeeding me right now, bro. I'm 56 years old and she's still breastfeeding. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's the importance of having the trust. Then when you have the trust and you have the property value, with your property, man, you should go get you 2 or 3 of these damn dump trucks or some work trucks. Use the assets from your property to go get the trucks.
Yeah.
LLC them. Write them off. Go get them in Nevada tax-free. It's just little things that they don't tell you. And when I say they, I mean the ones that are in charge of pretty much telling you. Not saying that somebody's above you, but man, somebody could easily tell you, yo, you got a booger in your nose. You know what I mean? So from there, they can tell you, yo, this is how you get life insurance. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. It's like I run a t-shirt company and everybody says, man, there's no more t-shirts ideas. Everybody's idea is different. So there's unlimited ideas. Exactly. It's the same with your property. You got limited ideas. You just want to make sure that your ideas will carry on. You know what I mean? That dude from KFC is dead, but his idea is still going on. He still got greasy lips out there.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Just because his dream is continuing. The same with all the stuff that people are having fun over or they love. Man, I want this Louis Vuitton or this Cadillac or this. The only person making cars that's alive is the dude Tesla.
Right.
Elon Musk. That's the only dude alive that has his like own car brand. Toyota, Honda, all that shit, bro. All them cats is dead. You know what I mean? So we on the living side of things. You just gotta create something and push and make sure when we push it, that we pushing it 100, bro. If you sell it, if you're in the market and you sell bread and milk and all that stuff, man, make sure that shit is up to date.
Right.
Don't sell me nothing. Don't sell me nothing that's about to expire when I can go get it when it's not going to expire. Don't bicker at me saying, man, how come you taking your kids to Disneyland? Until you build a Disneyland, I'm going to take them there to get the experience, man. You got to be universal in this game.
Yeah.
You just got to know how to act in the universe. If you ain't a son, act like a star. You know what I mean? But it's either or. You can't be the consumer and the seller. It's either or.
Right.
With us, we need to learn that when do these white cats celebrate Christmas if they taking all our money on Christmas? When do they eat turkeys if they sell turkeys at the same damn time? You know what I mean? So from there, we just need to really put a hold on a bunch of things, and we can start buying land mutually, bro. I mean, you got 100 people with the damn $1,000.
Come on.
You know what I mean? And you know that some type of revenue's coming. Right. And that's the thing we got to do mutually. We can't go to the club and be like, oh, this man got on the same clothes I got on, and that's the only mutual affection you guys have. You know what I mean? You guys can come together on something. You bought your shoes from the Foot Locker together. Probably not at the same time, but it's so much attraction.
Right.
So much attraction to what we're attracted to. Yeah. We right now, we like two magnets that when you try to put them together in the wrong angle, they don't stick.
Right.
All we got to do is turn around and we would snap.
That's
you know what I mean? So it's just some of the simple things that we need to do, and everything is simple, bro. Everything has a formula, and when you figure out that formula, things come a lot easier. You don't buy water in a paper bag. They have a standard that they sell them in these plastic bottles or glass. You know what I mean? There's a standard. When you buy shoes, they come in a shoebox, unless you go to Ross and get them on the little wire or something. But there's standards on doing things. They're not making pants with 3 legs.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Or shirts with 2 necks. So when you understand like the foundation of something or the language of something, you can take it anywhere, bro. We already know that the water come in the bottle. All we need to do is take Bilal's name and throw it on the bottle.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the foundation's already there. It's not like you got to say, okay, I got the water. Where am I going to get the bottle from?
Right.
Where am I going to get these tires from the car? There's a standard to certain things. And that's why they call us minors or minorities.
Exactly.
Because we're not just minority, say like the number. We're just minority in thought, bro. We think like babies.
Hadn't reached the age of majority.
You know, and then when we try to think, and then when we think big, we try to use all these big words when it should be easy to explain it to a baby, and it still should work. And if it don't work, it shouldn't be explained.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It don't take a rocket. It don't take a kangaroo years to find out I got to hop in this pouch.
Right.
Right.
Comes natural.
It's natural. We got to start building some things natural. So like, you got the land up there. I want to come up there. We got the land. I want y'all to come out there.
Indeed.
Then when you see it, bro, it won't be like, I hate to say it, it won't be like this nigga's lying.
They'll see
Nobody can believe the blessing that I've received, because I've asked for help and nobody believes it, bro. So even if I told you I had $10 in my pocket or I had $10 million in my pocket, they just wouldn't believe me. And I'm not a person with a forked tongue or a lie or do anything like that. We just don't have trust with each other.
Right.
We don't have mutual respect. Or you go to these white neighborhoods, you might go somewhere and they might say, you know what, pay it back. You like, what the hell does pay it back mean? That means he took care of you and he's paying it back.
Right.
I experienced that, bro. I ain't never dealt with nothing like that in the hood. Maybe, you got an extra quarter, a nickel, I'm short a dollar maybe. But this dude bought my whole shit right behind me. So it's not really the color. We need to get over that. It's our emotions and our feelings towards each other, man. If we love each other,
love.
It's endless. Instead of me saying, I got this property or you got this property, I'm not going to tell you the secrets on it and I'm going to die on it. That's ridiculous, bro. That's like me having cancer and I don't tell nobody. That's being stingy as fuck. I'm selfish.
Yeah.
I can't tell nobody how I feel, but you might have to end up giving me mouth to mouth. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got to break out of that. Or like you mentioned earlier, you said, I got a bunch of things that I do. I DJ, I this, that, and the other. I want to learn that with other people too, instead of me going somewhere and I'm seeing you just out. I want to know if you're the local mechanic. I want to know if you're the registered nurse.
Right.
I want to know all the shortcuts.
That's that village mentality.
My own green book. Yeah, so I can have my green book so I ain't got to call nobody outside of our circle. And that's where you get the money circulating at. You know what I mean?
Network,
but if every time you get it, you run into the mall. Yeah, if you run into the mall every time, it's a different story. The Mexicans don't run to the mall for quinceañera or whatever that holiday they celebrate for their daughters.
Yeah,
they make their own tortillas, they make their own dresses. The whole lowrider, the whole thing. Food City, they hook up their own thing. Same with the Jews. They don't go to the mall and buy clothes for no bar mitzvah and this, that, and we give all our energy, bro, and energy is your monetary. We give all our energy away.
Exactly.
My son calls it hot Cheeto money. You know what I mean? We spend all of our hot Cheeto money on nothing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So if you do want to get into the land business, you want to get in the land business, man, you just got to start saving a little bit. And it don't take as much to go buy land like it does to go buy a car or a house.
Man, speaking of that, that's a shame.
You know what I mean?
For a workshop that we got that's going on, man. Workshop is coming in October. It's called L.E.G.A.C.Y. If you check out the ticker, you can see it down below. It's scrolling there as well. And the brother mentioned this as well. Let's get it out the mud. We got another workshop that's coming up March the 30th, man. Composting 101 is the first part of that workshop that we've got going on there. Then, of course, as we talked about before, man, the Legacy Camp. So, what the brother is talking about, he's talking about building that legacy, man. Our camp is around, taking young men from the valley, from this inner city, and taking them out to the land. And let's tap into that creativity that the brother was talking about throughout the podcast today, man. So, man, I'm excited, brother. You without knowing it, you already dropped the gems for everything that we've got going on at the Growth Spot, man. And we greatly appreciate having you on. Where can the people find you at, brother?
I'm in the city. I'm on the Instagram and all that, but I'm a silverback, man. You got to see me like a flyer in person.
I love that, man. So we got to catch you in person, that's for sure, man. And we got to do exactly what you said was we got to get to each other.
I'm in Levine. I'm in Levine. I'll get you guys my contacts and everything like that. And I would love to go to any type of functions that you guys have. I would love to share any type of literature that you guys have out there too. And Bilal, I was
Yes, sir.
reading one of your posts, and you said that you don't change old men. You just change boys.
Yeah, that's a Frederick Douglass quote. He said
Yeah,
it's
I
easier
know that,
to
but we still got,
win.
man. Don't forget about my old ass, bro. Keep on
Hey,
dropping the knowledge. Don't leave me out.
right. I 100% feel you on that, because that quote is only it's only true sometimes in certain situations, because I'm a late bloomer myself, you feel me? And if that in itself already makes that particular quote not as true as it probably once was, you feel me?
Yeah, because right now with the older ones, they call them Ankh or OGs right now, and with the youngins or the young bulls or whatever right now, we all the same family, man. You know, you can't break a glass and say that's two different pieces of the glass, or two different bottles. We all from the same the same stuff.
Right.
And with me being older, I might be out there sometimes a little flashy and stuff for the youth out there, because they just don't listen to old bums. You know what I mean?
They sure don't.
Sometimes my words don't go too far unless I'm driving in my BMW or something, like, you know what I mean? Or
Right.
I love to hop on the bus, but when they see me on the bus, they like, "What you doing on the bus, Naajee?" I say, "You wouldn't see me if I wasn't here." Yeah. So what are you talking about? Enjoy the moment, you know what I mean? But that's my main thing. That's my main thing is I'm glad you're working with the youth, and man, just teach them that we all one, man. Might probably wearing skinny jeans now, but we all from the same cloth.
Fact.
A fact, man. And one of the things about that is that we got to reach back, man. We got to reach back and teach them, and likewise, we got to learn from. We got to be willing to learn from them, man. An old quote from a guy that used to be a CEO was, you're never too old to learn, and you're never too young to lead. And so I think that just speaks to that principle, man. But man, this has been a dope build, man, and I'm looking forward to continuing to build with you, brother Naajee. And man, this has been great, and man, you inspire us to continue to do exactly what we're doing, man, which is continuing to build and get it out the mud, man. So here at the Growth Spot, man, we are unified in action to build, protect, and expand a fruitful legacy of love, equity, growth, ancestry, cooperation, and yield. By inspiring on the practices of education, agriculture, self-care, nutrition, environmental stewardship, and entrepreneurship, we aim to cultivate a vibrant community that's rooted in resilience and sustainability. Peace.
Peace.